Hey, Steve Zonard here with Remax Experts, Zonard Associates. Happy Monday morning. Just a quick update on the market. We're going to do a little bit different inventory count today. We want to just kind of go a little bit deeper. Obviously, times have changed, so we're going to have to go a little bit more in depth with what we're looking at, just to have a better understanding of the market and where it's flowing to. So, current market right now, we're at 16,739 units, so down another 1,000 from last week. Again, these are September amount of inventory currently right now, like the first or second week of September before we start getting this influx. Remember, it went up to about 21,000. So what we're looking at is where all this inventory is going. And again, like I've mentioned early on, let's say mid-November, you're going to see the inventory starting to come down. This is not something new to me. We've gauged for this, and we've also told clients to get on the market in December just based on the inventory being so low that it's going to get lower. Then there's going to be an inventory dump in January. You heard it 1,000 times. So let's go on with this. So units for sale right now is 16,739 units, 570 sold. So very similar to last week with the amount of sales, but we lost 1,000. So if we lost 1,000 units and we only need half of that actually sell, where's the other 500? So I kind of looked into a little deeper, and again, I won't know the flow of these metrics until we do this a few times, hopefully the next 3 to 4 weeks, and I keep doing this to kind of get an understanding of what's happening. But this is the first reporting more in depth since we started doing these Mondays with Steve. So terminated listings, we're 1,748 terminated listings in the last 7 days. So terminated, there's a few things with terminated. A lot of what I like to do with listings that have been sitting is when I want to do a price adjustment, I terminate the listing and I put it on the market at 0 days, and away we go. So that could be a portion of these terminated. Or they were terminated and they were listed with another agent, or they're terminated and they're not going to market. It's a possibility too. Expired listings, so properties that have basically, the word says it basically right, it's expired. Didn't sell, it became stale, got taken off the market. What happens with these units when they're expired? Either they don't go back on the market and they're waiting for the new season, they don't ever go back to market, or they hire a new agent to go on the market. So there was 3,761 expired listings and only 94 new listings to the market in the last week. So if there's, let's say, between the terminated and the listing, over 6,000 units, just about, let's just call it 5,500 units, something around that nature. So 5,500 units came off the market last week, and only 94 new. Like you're seeing the trend here that this is obviously a lot of this stuff is not selling, and people are coming off obviously for the holidays. But again, I won't get the proper metrics until I do this a few times so we get a better understanding of what's happening. Bank of Canada held their interest rates. Clearly, this is nothing to really post. We know this is going to happen. I know everyone's going nuts posting that the Bank of Canada held their rates. It's just sort of logic. They're not going to do anything before Christmas, and I don't think they do anything the next two meet dates either. They're going to hold them steady. There's two camps to this going forward. Half the camp saying that they're going to lower interest rates mid-season of 24. The other are just more pessimistic and just they don't even care that they are going to lower the rates. The damage is done. I think I'm with the latter of that, to be honest. I think the damage is done. Even if they do reduce the rates, how much can they go down? They're not going to be boosting them down like 50 basis points, 75 basis points, 1%. Like that's what you would need to kind of help out here. I know there's some people I talk to that are investors and they're just not getting this clear picture that quarter point for a normal family ain't going to do nothing. You need 1% to 2% to actually help people. The people with a lot of money, it's different. But when you're dependent on your weekly salary, husband and wife, and you got to pay bills and stuff like that, a quarter point ain't going to do shit. You need like a big adjustment, 1-2%, to make a difference based on the salary you make and based on the expenses you have to pay out. A lot of people are just in a bubble. They don't get this. I think, coming from a blue collar world and then every dollar counts and everything is stretched a million times, I kind of understand that. And it's just, you talk to some investors or some people with a lot of money, they just don't get it. And they think that everyone's like in that bubble, and it's not true. The general public is a lot more in that situation rather than, let's say, the 1% with all the cash. So that they're having a prediction of this, this rate's going to make a big difference, and you're going to see like the market come back. It's not going to affect anything. This is something they hope, because they're basically, whatever they've done in the past couple of years, they've ignored all the signs, and now they're in deep shit with whatever they own. And a lot of this is commercial too. People who own commercial properties where they had these really low rates and they kept them in a variable, thinking that the government will never, jack the economy because they don't want to do that. And then we're here, and now they're all in trouble. That's why you're starting to see a lot of big commercial, big commercial units and stuff like that. Commercial units that you would never see for sale because they would hold them, that are starting to flip hands right now, just because the people that didn't follow the signs the last couple of years are forced to sell it. Now you got the big wigs with a lot of cash that are buying these things for a good price right now currently, which it is what it is. One man's loss, another man's gain. But that's pretty much it. So we'll keep you posted on the current events going forward. I hope you guys have a great week, and we will talk soon.